All right. I don't know why. 15 minutes effing late. I don't know why. But I'm upset. I apologize. I swear it's not me. It was a computer issue. Ed, thanks for coming aboard. If you're here on YouTube, thank you for being here. Again, I'm not a computer genius, but I know I wasn't effing up. The website, my computer control, something about cookies was effing up. Yeah, I'm again, apologies, Chris, Tommy, Ed, Keegan, and Jerry Lopez, please come over to YouTube. Now that I'm on YouTube, there was an issue, but I'm on YouTube. Thank you there, Jimmy Farrell. Big L, please come over to YouTube. I definitely want you over to YouTube because I got things to talk about. And during my time away while I was trying to fix the glitch, because there was some issues with the computer, with getting things done, I was over on Facebook for a little bit, and I don't know what happened, but a very good friend of mine is out of surgery, and it's Mari, my really good friend up in Pennsylvania area. She's a nurse, and I don't know what happened, but I caught a little bit of the line. It said that she's out of surgery, she's fine. Please pray for Mari. She's a great lady. And if anybody knows anything about what's going on, please let me know. They said that they haven't found this gentleman. I don't know who the gentleman is. I don't know. So it's one of those things where I, again, trying to get through with it, checking the camera and all the different things like that. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, and I'm a little bit upset. Hector Hernandez, thank you for coming over on the Captain Jack page. Please come over to YouTube. Hey, Maria Rana, please. Good to see you, sweetheart. If you can, please come over to YouTube. Please come over to YouTube. Better picture, better sound quality. I guarantee you. Doug Fields, thank you for coming over as well. When can we call? In just a second. In just a second, Jimmy Farrell. I wanted to at least get that out that I was upset about my friend being in the hospital. I need to know what's going on. That goes without saying. I need to know what's going on. As far as... Thank you, Marie. The YouTube is up there in the title, youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Thank you, sweetie. Love Marie. Love my lady. Love all ladies. Love all wenches. And thank you for the love of the T-shirt. Tommy, I will get to that. In fact, that's part of one of my bottom lines up front. Let's do that. Because Tommy kind of let the cat out of the bag, okay? On 30 March, which is not in the playoffs, 30 March, because the playoffs don't start until what? April 10th? The Washington Capitals came down to Tampa and had a signature game winning 6-3. Thank you, Chris. 6-3. Congratulations. 1 win, 2 losses. On Saturday, yeah, Jimmy, I'm celebrating my birthday because I've been worked all day on Friday, half day on Saturday, and I finally got a chance to do something for my birthday, so I went to the Rays game. And I watched the Rays win. In fact, I watched the Rays win 3 out of 4, winning as they are the American League East. How about those apples there, Tommy Beard? Right now, they're winning the American League East. Oh, happy birthday. Jimmy Farrell's mom was 95. Kelly Farley, thank you for coming aboard, sweetheart. Come on over to YouTube. Everybody that's over on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. That includes you. Thank you there, sweetie. Kelly Farley, Neil, everybody else. Good Rays games. Again, 3 out of 4 against what people are calling a American League probable champion, championship team in the baseball. Yanks ain't winning crap, Jimmy, until they win it. The Sox ain't winning crap until they win it. So we'll see. And getting back to point, the Capitals won 1 game this year against the Lightning. Okay. Called them the Capitals. They didn't call them the Crapitals because they're a good team. They are the defending Stanley Cup champion. Defending. But whether they will be the Stanley Cup champion at the end remains to be seen. Now, the big news for the day, go Giants. If you saw my what do you call it, promo, I actually had my tank top on. I had to get into a little bit more nicer attire. So I did. I put on a shirt. Didn't want the suns out, guns out to affect all the ladies. One thing I do know I need is to get some new batteries over here for my computer over here. Chris Lentz, come over to YouTube, please. Go Dodgers. And this set, like you said, Jimmy Farrell's Islanders are going to play the Capitals on Saturday upcoming. Remember, the playoffs don't start to the 10th. Okay? And again, if somebody can tell me how Mari is, I would appreciate that. The real other big news of the day is the Final Four is set. I definitely need some batteries here. Let me get this out. I wonder how many brackets have been busted. But here's the deal. As I stated the other day, Duke was not getting to the Final Four. They should have lost last week. They should have lost, what? Saturday? Friday? Friday. Should have lost. They lucked out each time. Yeah, I hate Duke. Love Mike Krzyzewski, great coach. Can't stand Duke. But they finally lost, and it was great that Tom Izzo, great coach that he is, beat Duke to go to the Final Four. Now, in other news, let's see who else here. Virginia is the only 1 seed that actually made it. They beat Purdue today. That was a hell of a game in itself. Now, the big surprise is that an SEC team did go to the Final Four, but it wasn't UK. I hate Kentucky too. Tennessee ain't going. LSU ain't going. My Gators aren't going. But Auburn's going, beating Kentucky. So congratulations to the Tigers. Let me see who else here. And another semi-surprise, the Zags aren't going either because Texas Tech beat them. So you got Texas Tech, Michigan State, Virginia, the only number 1 seed, and Auburn in the Final Four. It should make for an interesting Final Four. The Doyers. Frozen Four set. You'll have to let me know who's on that. I haven't been paying attention. Why? Because in the grand scheme of things, here's everything I care about. And there's the Frozen Four. In case you can't see it, my hand's not even on the camera. So again, that's the big news. And the other big news is that the Phillies are beating the Braves. Phillies are winning the National League East right now. I think they're undefeated. They won on Thursday. They won yesterday. They're winning today. Although there is still some time. So the Phillies are winning. See what else. So to go over things, just in case you missed it, I'll see if I can get the standings out here. I know the Red Sox and the Yankees are not winning the American League East as of right now. I can get to the standings as soon as I can. It's a little slow. I don't know what the frick's going on. Screw it. I don't care. It's 4 games into the season. There's 158 or 159 games to go. It's not even April, but it's fun looking at. Kelly, thanks for coming over, sweetheart. I had a decent birthday, Kelly. Thanks for asking. A's fan here. Dodgers, Giants are done. NorCal later. Giants have been in my team. Okay, that's fine, Chris. I mean, I didn't like the Giants when they beat my Phillies a couple years back, so kind of have a residual. Also, my great uncle was a Dodgers trainer that came over. So if you're gonna talk to me about Dodgers Giants, I'm gonna go for the pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to see 2 screens. And for those that are on Facebook, I will at least get some light up here. I know you're going to watch my big belly. Sorry. There, a little bit more light. That's for Facebook. All right. Tommy Beard says he has some breaking news. So, Tommy Beard, do you want to wait until you call in, Tommy, or do you want to call in on it, or you want to comment it? YouTube running a little slow every couple seconds. It's not. Yeah, here's the thing. When the YouTube comes out, my mouth and the volume doesn't quite sync. I don't know why. I can probably fix it in post-op, and I could probably do that if and when I have the time. But it's not so bad that it's like an Asian karate movie. It's at least somewhat close. So you guys don't mind. It's no skin off my nose. All right. Did I get my text about the sun? No, Jimmy, I didn't. I apologize. Yeah, I didn't get your text. And Tommy will call. Good. Don't know why you two. Yeah, I'm sorry, Neil. So I know y'all are waiting. Let's do this. Again, apologies for being 15 minutes late. I did my own tech work, rebooting, restarting, finally getting the camera to sync in. It was an issue, but I fixed it. So I'm putting on the phone now. Again, Phillies winning 3-1, bottom of the 6th. The line is open. If you want to call in, it's always fun. Go back and read it. When I can't, I'll have to read it offline. Okay, Jimmy, I will. I'll read it offline. Line is open, 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Hopefully Maria will come over. I love Marie. Great lady. Ski Bay. If you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. It is the listing is right up in there in the title. Please come over to YouTube. All right. Line is open. Tommy Beard says he's going to call. Jimmy Farrell, I know you're going to call about your Islanders. Kelly and Chris and everybody, thanks. I keep freezing. I tell you what will happen is that when I do come over, when my system goes to the new room, I got a sound guy and a guy. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know why I'm freezing. I'm gonna leave. Here we go. I'm leaving YouTube. Okay. I'm getting rid of one of the channels. Okay. Hopefully I won't be freezing anymore. I can't help it. But when the full room switch goes, when the full room switch goes, it should everything should be a lot better. The boom mics will be a lot better. The the signs. I'm getting some better signage made. I just got to, go to the store and have it made. So if you want to call in, the line is open, 813-699-0824. See who else is here. Pam and Ernie, thank you for coming in on Facebook. Please come over to YouTube. I am trying to get everybody. And Tommy Beard looks like he's calling. Hopefully I'll get there he goes. Okay, Tommy, here's the deal. Tommy, do not hang up yet. Do not hang up yet. Do not hang up yet. Okay? Yeah, I got to change the speakers. Don't hang up. Okay. Tommy, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I rebooted, it went to a default mode. So I'm glad to have my phone here. You can hear me as well. Actually, the microphone is not what it should be. So let me see. I know you can hear me a lot better now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good to go. Tommy Beard, you are calling in. Talk to me about your breaking news, shipmate.
Well, 2 hours after the Red Sox game that I'm still not worried about, somewhat. I am worried about the pitching, but the Red Sox have locked up Xavier Bogaerts.
Yeah, 7 years.
7 years.
See, I got you. I saw that too.
132?
Not bad. 132.
I believe. Don't quote me. I'll have to look it up and put it in. But I do know it was 7 years. I think it was 130.
The voice over IP, and Ed Winchell says it's not breaking, but at least it's breaking to Tommy. So that's good. But yeah, thanks for bringing that. Now, obviously, you're happy with that.
Yes, I really, really want to get Mookie Betts locked up. I don't want to lose Mookie Betts.
Yeah, well, you need Mookie. You got Xander. You want Benintendi. You want to get
Benintendi's there we got Benintendi for another 3 years.
Well, what I'm saying is you want to get everybody together that's going to be on long contract. Did I lose you, Tommy?
No.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear you. Jimmy Farrell's saying something about Mookie Betts being a Brave. He's full of it. Mario, thanks for coming over. Come on over to YouTube, please. Mario Mercado Placencia. Always great to hear from you. So, yeah, I like Mookie Betts. No, he ain't Jimmy Farrell. Shush. Mookie Betts is 7 years with the Red Sox, okay? Stop with the BS. So, again, what else is going on in your sports world, Tommy?
Nothing much. Stick through it. I got two teams in the Final Four.
Who are your two that are in the four?
Texas Tech and Auburn.
Okay. I actually thought that North Carolina was going to take it this year, but they got bounced the other day. It was surprising. And again, of the four that are left, I like the way that Texas Tech is playing. Auburn, I think, will probably. I didn't see exactly. Let me see. I don't know who they're playing, but
Auburn's got Virginia.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, my God, I hope Auburn runs him off the floor. And I know that ACC guy, I cannot stand Virginia. I hate them with an effing passion.
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry. So that
Virginia Tech, all those teams, I hate with a passion. And I said all year long that the free throw shooting and inconsistent shooting was going to hurt Duke. And it came down, and it did today.
That's right.
I said it all year. This inconsistent free throw shooting. I knew it was, when he was in high school.
Okay.
And even then, he wasn't a very good free throw shooter.
Uh-huh.
And I knew it right then and there. I'm sitting, my daughter was watching the game, and I had a couple of friends that we were watching it. As soon as I seen R.J. Barrett going to the line, I said, game's over. Make him, no, he'll make them. I said, okay. I said, I'm willing to bet my house at $500,000 that he misses these. And he missed that first one. I said, I told you.
Yeah, he was missing. It was on that one free throw that he was up there. It was late in the game. It was about 30 seconds to go, wasn't it?
He missed a couple of them.
Yeah, well, I was talking about
and
the
then
one.
He had the one with like 8 seconds left.
Right,
and
right.
He went to the line. All he had to do was make two, and it probably would have sent it to overtime. And he missed that first one. I said it.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, the one good thing is that I was right. Duke didn't go. I would have been dumbfounded if I was wrong. But, I once thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken.
I had Duke win it all. I actually thought they'd win it all.
Well, one thing now, if you here, by the way, and I'm giving Tommy a little bit of time Tommy's got about another minute to go. But if you want to knock Tommy out, in about 30 seconds, because I want to make sure he gets his full 5, the line is open, 8-1.
Yes. I just thought I just figured their side of the bracket was easier. I figured they go right through and with no problems.
Well, I tell you, it's going to be the guys that are left, Michigan State, Texas Tech, Auburn, and Virginia. And I know you don't like Virginia.
I can't stand Virginia.
Well,
I hate dealing with the passion.
Yeah, but that's because it's an ACC thing. I think now, obviously, my favorite out of those groups is I like Michigan State because I like Tom Izzo. Texas Tech is going to be a unique out, and Auburn. You obviously you want Auburn to beat Virginia, but Auburn I think is going to have the toughest road to hoe from all of those that are still there.
And by chance, did you see that home run Harper hit yesterday?
No, I was at a what do you call it? Applebee's last night, and I was trying to look over, and it came on the screen on ESPN. Up there at the time, I looked at it. There's something that hit my eye, at the corner of my eye, and I looked out because when you're like looking at something, but you see something move and it hits the corner of your eye, so you look back. It was an effing roach on the table. Grossed me the hell out. Thank God it was before the food arrived. Okay, so we immediately went to the next table. And again, I don't bitch because I'm a former waiter. I told the manager to come on, to come over. I wanted to make sure that they knew about it. But the folks that were sitting there, myself plus one, the plus one just could not use her inside voice, she's like bringing all her. I said, "Will you shh?" This is a personal thing. You don't want everybody in the restaurant to know that there's roaches running around the restaurant. It's right. Like you don't scream fire in a theater. You don't scream roach in a restaurant. It's unnerving. But the manager was nice and ended up giving comping our meal. So I gave the waitress a larger tip. Well, actually, I gave the waitress the tip that she would have made anyway. So it was like a 50% when everything was all comped. It was like a 50% tip. We just got charged for our Cokes or whatever. But if you want to call in now, Tommy has been on for 9, 813-699-0834. So I'm still looking to see the home run. Describe it to me, though.
It was a bomb. It was more left center field. He pulled it to left actually been right center. But it was like upper deck. And they said it was the second furthest ball hit in that ballpark.
Nice.
Well, 465.
I'll tell you, good shot. Now with Harper,
he hit one. He would have hit. He hit the one that he hit today off the wall. If it had been warmer out, that ball would have been gone. Tell you, all these people want to hate ability. He's going to hit at least 40 home runs.
Okay.
I do not say they had a thing on MLB Network where Harper, there were home runs that were balls that he hit in National Park that were out wall that they showed in this ballpark. It says it's still City National still, or is it something else? I don't know. The ballpark's changed so much.
Well, in D.C. or in Philadelphia?
In Philly. Is that still City National?
No, it's oh God, it's the bank, but it's not. Your city is up in New York. That's City Park.
Right.
City Park is up in New York. That's where the Mets play.
It's like City Bay Park or whatever it is.
Citizens Bank.
Those balls that he hit in D.C.
Citizens Bank Park.
Off the wall.
Yeah,
would be way out in this ballpark.
Right. Citizens Bank Park is the one in Philly.
Right. I really think Harper's going to have a big year for you all. And I really can't wait for Tuesday.
Okay. Well, that's where he comes back to DC.
Tuesday is because I cannot.
Got it. Well, I tell you what, by the way, Angel and Doug and Raiderette Kareen and Raider Johnny, thank you for joining me along with Mario. Please come over to YouTube. Thank you for joining me on Facebook, but please come over to YouTube. Better sound, better picture for sure. YouTube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. And if you want to call, the number is 813-699-0834. Let's go. That was such an important game.
I did say it was an important game, but it does show that, to me, was it game one we blew. We gave up those 3 goals quick when we had that thing under control.
Okay.
We had game one under control and gave up. And that's the only thing that's aggravating me about the Capitals this year. They can have a game so far under control, like we did against Pittsburgh. We had the game under control in the first period. Had it somewhat under control, but with most of the second period until I think it was like five minutes left in the period, and turned around and gave up 3 goals in like last minute.
But it happened.
It's like, what? And we did the same thing against Tampa.
Well,
we almost did it against your Flyers.
Yes, you did. And like I said, that is why I firmly believe that the Capitals need to watch themselves in the playoffs because they need to get their juices flowing in a positive way. And I actually think that win against Tampa is more important than you think it is because I think it was them saying that they had to go in and finally beat the best team in hockey. And that is something that they're going to need to build on for the playoffs.
If I'm correct, we're up 3 points, 4 points on the Islanders.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Last time I looked, I know we were up at least 3 on the Islanders.
Right. Jimmy Farrell was saying it's 3 points.
I mean, we're starting to hit our mojo. Now, I just don't want to get Pittsburgh in the first round, but it's probably who we'll get.
Well, remember, you're going to have to beat eventually, whether you get them in the first round, second round, or in the finals for the conference finals. You're going to have to get them. So it doesn't really matter when. It's a matter of getting your team better at the right time. That's why I was telling Jimmy Farrell. And so I'm surprised that Jimmy hasn't knocked you out. But it doesn't matter when. You got to win.
I actually, and it's no disrespect to the Islanders or Jimmy, I'd rather see the Islanders in the first round than Pittsburgh.
That leads me to believe, and let me see how long you've been on. Yeah, you've been on for 15. I'm going to let you go, Tommy, but I appreciate you calling in. Thanks for the word for Mookie. And thanks for the information about Harper, and thank you for the information about, your Capitals. I won't call them Crapitals. I don't like them, but they're your team, and they are the defending Stanley Cup champions, and we'll see what they do in the playoffs.
It is Xavier Bogaerts that side, not that.
Okay. They said that Mookie was going to be a Brave. We'll see. It's Xander. It's Xander, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Xavier Bogaerts. He's the shortstop.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go because Jimmy Farrell says he's going to call in, and we'll take the part 2 of the Capitals v. Islanders discussion. So thanks again, Tommy. We'll see you for the next show as well.
You know it.
All right, and there's Tommy, and then I don't hear him. But Jimmy Farrell, you're on. I didn't hear the line. I didn't actually hear it. I'll have to check with the settings. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, I'll have to check back with settings on the thing. But I didn't hear the line. It's a good thing I saw you. I was ready to go. So tell me there, Jimmy Farrell, why is it that you say, all right, let's talk about the Islanders meeting the Capitals first round. Islanders meeting the defending Stanley Cup champions.
They can't.
They can't? Okay.
No, because if whoever wins the division gets to play the 7th seed, and the second place team will play Pittsburgh.
That's what I was thinking, because it's a matter of the division champion and the wild cards.
Correct.
Right.
Tampa will play the second wild card team, which is either Montreal or Columbus.
Right.
Which I think it's going to be Columbus, because Columbus has been winning lately.
Okay.
So, I mean, we still have a shot for the division. The only thing is, we have to win the next 2, and Capitals have to at least lose one of them, and then we'll play the Capitals the last game for a possible division.
Okay.
And
some really crappy VoIP. Gonna have to say it again. What you just said. I apologize. Go ahead.
I said that the Capitals have to at least lose one of the next 2 games, and we have to win probably have to win the next 3. The last game against the Capitals, we got, if we're like a point behind or tied, we have to win that game. I don't know if we can't go into all the time. I don't know how it works with the tiebreaker. That's the goal, goals against or something like that.
Those see the replay right here. Bryce Harper just pounded one out to, looks like right field. Nice breakaway on that one. So Harper's now hit at least 2 home runs. Ooh, and Hoskins just got hit out for hitting Hoskins. So it looks like retaliatory crap. The home plate umpire just threw out the Hoskins, the pitcher, and the longtime catcher, I can't remember his name, the guy that played for the Yankees for a while that came back over. Oh, I can't remember his name. What's his name? Turn around so I can see it. Yeah, Brian McCann was going out there. And
we did nothing for the Yankees anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, Brian McCann just came out there. Well, Brian McCann came out there. So Harper hits another blast. The Islanders are not playing. We just figured it out. The Islanders are not going to play. Tommy, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And by the way, thank you for everybody over on Facebook for coming over. Please go over to youtube.com for best sound, best picture quality. Thank you for coming over. Go to YouTube, please. That's the place to be. One of these days, I actually can have a couple minutes and finish my promo. That's what's going to be playing on Facebook, so people will know to come on over. So now, the Islanders are playing the Capitals. Where is it on Saturday?
It'll be in Washington.
Okay.
Saturday.
Now, Islanders are in. They definitely
they're in the playoffs. They clinched Saturday when they destroyed Buffalo.
Okay, so the Islanders are in. So, what is it that makes it even something that I want to watch if the Islanders are if they're already in, other than if they beat the Capitals, but it's a matter of the games that they play in between, whether it's going to mean anything or not, because they're gonna have to continue to win, and the Capitals are going to have to lose at least once.
Right. They play Toronto. They play Toronto tomorrow and Florida Thursday. And I think they can win those 2 games. And I think Washington plays. I forgot who they played. I can't remember. I'm not sure.
Well,
if it comes down to Saturday, the Islanders at least a point, they have a shot for the division.
Okay. I will.
I don't know. I think they could do it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. It says I need to delete some cookies. I'll have to do that. Let me see here. Computer. See if I can get it to run a little bit better, so that we'll see if we can get the YouTube to go. Delete cookies. We'll do that. Okay. I'm sorry, folks. We're doing some computer fixing while we're doing the show. If you want to knock out Jimmy Farrell, where's my cookies?
I just got 2 more comments. One on baseball and one on the Raiders.
Okay, I'm listening.
Well, first, I tried to text you that my son graduated Cortland, and he just got a job as a group sales associate for the Mets.
Oh, outstanding!
So,
yeah, hey,
yeah. So he's pretty happy about that.
Well, great. I'll need some tickets the next time I come up to New York.
It's too hard to get tickets. I'm a Yankee fan. I asked them for tickets. They said, no, they don't give them out. That's the Mets player.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know it's early in the season. Yankees can't lose the series against the Orioles. I mean, they lost 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. And they're playing a real bad team. I mean, I know it's early in the season, but come on. You can't lose 2 out of 3.
Yeah. I agree. And hopefully.
And, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, just because it's March, these series do actually mean something. So for everybody that's that's on YouTube, hopefully I deleted some cookies, internet files, so hopefully that will make the sound and the picture a little bit better. If there's a better hit for the screen, let me know, because I deleted them while we're talking. Ruben and Sylvie Marie, Chris Lentz. Chris Lentz, hang on. Just got tossed, ejection, and now, okay, yep. And I'll tell you, Chris Lentz was talking about how if people weren't going to get their crap together, there was going to be some people that were going to be tossed from the game. So Real Muto just had a single. So the Phillies are looking to basically sweep the Braves. I love this, but it's great. It's surprising that the Mets. It's a harder time to get Mets tickets than Yankees tickets. Is that what you're saying?
Did I say that? No.
Oh, okay.
I said that my son can't really give out tickets.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's hard. It's going to be not easy for me, to tell his father to get tickets.
I got you. What we'll do is tell your son that I will bring my my credentials as a journalist, and hopefully I can get some tickets. Sure. as a what is it?
You should come when the Phillies are in town.
Well, I'll tell you what. Give me the schedule. I'm sure they're going to play a weekend series, and if I can get away
I'll look it up.
if I can get away for a weekend, I'll be more than happy to do that. And see, this is why I told everybody to go over to YouTube, because Facebook just died on the Captain Jack page, and that's just the way it is. So,
two things on the Raiders.
Okay.
One, I heard on Silver and Black, the radio station Vegas. It said the stadium is not 4 days behind. And two, what do you draft? This quick pick at Oliver as the first pick. What do you think of that?
Well, I tell you, Oliver would be for the first pick at number 4.
Yeah.
Wow. No.
And he said Quentin Williams will drop to 6. No, 8, which I think is absurd.
No.
And they had the kid from Kentucky up to the Jets.
Yeah, Josh Allen going
Allen.
3. Yeah. I can't see the Raiders. Wow. I mean, Ed Oliver was a great had a great pro day the other day. He's just I'd like him at
I would think that would be the Raiders' second or third pick.
Right. I'd like him at 24, but not at 4.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Raiders
you can't pass on Quentin Williams if he's bad.
Right. And I think that if you're going to go over like one workout and then make sure that you get a kid that just had a great pro day, I want to see what he's done in his college career vice what one workout did. I'm sorry. Silver and Black Cracker says what Quentin Williams can give you. And if Quentin Williams is on the board, at 4, you take him. If Quentin Williams and Josh Allen are on the board, then you got a conundrum. Who do you want more? And
what if they're both gone? Do you trade down?
Yeah, if they're both gone, I trade down. Because if they're both gone, that means that Buss is gone too. Because I don't foresee.
I really don't want Buss. I don't trust that injury.
I got you. What I'm saying is, if Williams is gone and Allen is gone, that already tells me that Bosa is gone, because that people are thinking he's going to be at least a top 3. So if all 3 of those guys are gone, then to me, I would trade down, because you're at 4. That means your top 3 already gone. Somebody's going to want to jump up and get a quarterback, and hopefully it's not us.
Plus, you got to pay these guys, big money if you're a top 5 pick.
Right. And no, I said I say you trade down. Neil Backman, we already got a guard to replace Colecchio Semele. It's Jackson. Jackson's going to move back to left guard where he was more adept at. So Jackson moves back to left guard. Good goes to right guard. Denzel Good. So I think we're okay on guard. And we don't need a guard as a first round pick. We don't need one. So
what do you think of the new tight end they got?
You know what? Wilson, with 2 L's, by the way, is a very good tight end in the fact that he's kind of like Smith in the fact that he's a decent blocker and he is a very good pass catcher. So every time I've seen him as a Seahawk, he was always catching everything thrown his way. He's a decent blocker. I'm not saying he's an all-pro blocker, but he's a decent blocker. If you want to knock out Jimmy Farrell, because Jimmy's been on for 14 minutes as well, you guys know what the number is, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Brandon Parker at guard, depends upon if they get somebody at tackle, Cracker. It's possible.
What do you think about, what I said about the stadium? It's not 4 or 5 days behind.
That it's not 4 or 5 days behind, so they're saying it's on time?
That's what they're saying on the Vegas radio.
Okay, well then it's a misnomer trying to get people all into a frenzy And I to be honest, I haven't heard anything about the stadium being behind, so I think it's all a bunch of crap. So if it's 4 days behind, great. It's nothing to worry about. If it's nothing behind, I ain't worried about it. Until somebody comes out and says that they're having stadium issues, I think it's all crap.
So you're telling me by, what is it, June 1st, July 1st, a year from June or July 1st, it's going to be done?
It should be, yeah, because remember whoa. Remember, they're doing the draft there next year.
I know, but they're not going to do it there. They'll probably do it at some
piece for Vegas being the new stadium. I can almost guarantee it might not fully be done for the time for the draft, but the majority of that stadium is going to be done for the draft. Okay, Jimmy,
I'm telling me 3 months from now.
Hello.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's not 3 months from now. Remember, it's a year from now.
Well, I mean, I'm saying it's 3 months from now. They're telling us that it's like half. You figured it's halfway done.
It's over halfway done.
I look at it. I'm like, that does not look like it's 3/4 done.
Remember.
Remember they got like collection.
Barely go one.
I mean, they still got. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I said, I mean, they got electrical to do, plumbing, sheetrock to do, seats. I mean, what if they don't get done in time? Where are they going to play?
Well, like I said, if the Raiders,
that's dangerous.
The Raiders will be playing in Vegas 2020, guarantee it. Trust me.
I hope so. I mean, if they have a problem, I mean, I know they're going to have glitches here and there if the stadium's going to be open. All new stadiums have glitches.
Right.
If it's the concession stand, if it's the VIP rooms, ticketing, So.
Okay. I tell you, I'm not. I gotta let you go, Jimmy, because I know other people want to call in.
I'll call you Thursday while my boys are playing the Panthers on Thursday. And
hey, thanks again. Right. Yep, you got it.
Take care.
All right, that's Jimmy Farrell, and I want to try while I'm here. For some reason, I want to see why the. Here we go. Settings. Sounds for incoming messages. Ring on incoming phone. Okay, yeah, that's here. I don't know why it didn't ring on when Jimmy was calling, but I didn't hear any rings. But let me do it one more time. Settings are here. Yep. Ring sounds. Yep. That's okay. Yeah, looks like it's there. So it looks like the line is open, 813-699-0834. Chris Donnet says it's going to be on time. There you go. His company is helping with the build. Hasn't heard about any issues holding it back. There you go. From a source. Thank you, Chris, for that. I'd like to have somebody call in because, again, I didn't hear Jimmy calling in last time. I was already over there, and I picked him right up, so it was seamless. But okay, I know somebody's calling in. 1 second, I'll see if it goes there. Okay. Yep. For some reason, it's not ringing. Okay, 909. Who am I talking to?
This is Chris.
This is who?
This is Chris Donnet.
Chris Donnet. Thanks for coming aboard, partner. Again, I don't know why. That's why I have my phone here, so I know when I get an incoming call. But for some reason, it's not sounding on Hangouts. It's okay. That's why I have my phone here as a backup. So I'm glad you called in. What you got for me, shipmate?
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, for everyone that's concerned about the stadium, like I said, it seems to be everything up to par and up to standard there. They did have a little bit of rain and some snow that happened there in Vegas, but everything else seems to be going pretty good. And we're shipping out concrete forms like nobody's business out that way, so it's looking pretty good.
Okay. Now, Chris, you're in Vegas doing the actual construction.
No, I'm in Southern California, the Colton area, kind of San Bernardino, and my company is building the concrete forms for the uprights and stuff like that for the stadium. So they're helping with the Ram Stadium and also the Vegas Stadium as well. So,
Well, you got job security for at least the next 2 years.
well, I hope so. Knocking on wood, I hope so.
Well, that's good. That's good. And I appreciate you calling in. I remember the last time you said you had a sleeping kid with you, so you didn't want to wake the kid up. So you were covered there. So thanks for calling in.
Hey, no problem, no problem. So what are your thoughts on the new pickups we've got so far?
Well, like I said, I've liked everybody that we've picked up, and that includes obviously Wilson at tight end. There hasn't been a bad pickup in the bunch. Everybody that they've gotten has some good experience with them, even if they're not starting material. I mean, they picked up a lot of starters between obviously Antonio Brown, Trent Brown, Burfict, Landry at safety, Joyner at safety. I'm forgetting a couple. But even Denzel Good, having him being re-signed, don't forget about the guys that they re-signed. They re-signed Harris at safety. Everybody that they've gotten in free agency through the trades or for signing back the guys that we wanted to keep, very good, building the backbone of this team. There hasn't been a crappy signing yet. I remember last year when we signed Breno Giacomino, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on that you would sign a turd at guard and tackle? And obviously he didn't make the team, but he got a bonus for a year. I mean, he got a signing bonus for a guaranteed 1-year contract, and at least he got that money paid out. And it was crap. So everybody that the Raiders have signed, and I'll have to get with but remember, we signed Joyner at safety and another safety. We signed a cornerback and from the Lions, right? Or is he a safety?
Yeah.
But we signed.
No, he's a quarterback.
Okay, we signed a corner from the Lions, and he's going to be like a good nickel back. Joyner is going to be like a nickel / safety. So that's two there. There was remember we re-signed Harris. We got Wilson to take up a tight end spot. Remember, Cook signed, but remember between Wilson, Waller, and Carrier and Smith, and somebody that we're going to pick up in the draft, that's 5 tight ends right there. So remember, there's only going to be 3 of them make the team, and so we'll be good to go there. Obviously, we got Terrell Williams and Antonio Brown at receiver, Trent Brown playing left tackle. Great pickups there. You picked Morrow as a running defensive end. He's going to stop the run. He's not necessarily going to be somebody to rush the quarterback, but he's there to stop the run. So they picked up, and then they picked up Marshall from the Broncos. They picked up Crowell at running back. They picked up everybody that's going to be a viable person to make the team. These are viable pickups, whether they're going to be starters or quality substitutes. These are great players that are going to fill that bill. So I liked everybody that the Raiders have picked up, and if I'm forgetting somebody, I apologize.
Oh no, like I said, I've been sitting here watching all the signings, just excited, going, man. That's some good depth that we're getting this year. It's a lot more action than we had in the past few years with McKenzie there and all this. So.
Right.
So we're definitely excited about that. So you think we're going to bring back Lynch, or do you think he's going to hang it up? I know he's talking about hanging it up, but
well, to be honest, I thought, and I was watching my boy the Bear, who was convinced that Lynch is going to play another year. I don't think. To me, that means that Lynch is gone, because he's a younger version of Lynch that doesn't have as much miles on him. Okay, I think Crowell is 26 or 27. Marshawn Lynch is like 32, 33 with the history of injuries. Okay, I think he's played his last game as a Raider. Now he might come into training camp as I think as a like goodbye tour thing, but I really can't see the Raiders giving him a full contract. I don't think, like I said, for everybody that's going to be there, and they're gonna be getting some at least one or two from the draft, But you figure Crowell, then you got Warren, you got Richard. That's three right there, and I can see them as gone. But that's four right there, and figure they're going to get at least another one in the draft, and then probably another in free agency. That's 5 and 6. Where does Marshawn fit in? And I don't think he does. And again, not that I'm hearing anything otherwise, but I just don't see Marshawn Lynch coming back.
Yeah. No, I agree with that one, especially with the Crowell fighting. I mean, that right there kind of made some hitters and some pointers saying, hey, we're going younger. Hey, I have no problem going younger. It's good to see younger guys who want to play football come play for us finally,
Right. And I said, I think the Crowell signing is a fantastic signing. He was a dynamic running back with the Browns, and he played behind they weren't. And he was averaging, I think he was like a 4.8 yards per carry. If you got 4.8, it's not bad. That's like you're getting a first down almost every second time you touch the ball. So again, Tommy says Lynch is retiring. I think Lynch is retiring. I can't see him coming back.
How do you think our O-line is going to do it? Seem to get good blocking scheme going on. How do you feel about it?
Well, I liked Cable as a head coach, but I think as an offensive line coach, been one of the worst in football the last several years. And statistically, it's been proven that a Cable run offensive line has been bottom of the NFL for like the last 3 to 4 years running. So there's got to be some improvement there. Particularly digging the scheme. I've never really liked the zone blocking scheme in comparison to a road grading scheme. And when the Raiders were good in 2016, using Tice as their offensive line coach and assistant head coach, they were dynamic and they were pounding the people in front of them. They were big, ugly guys, just taking it for what that was worth, and they were killing everybody across the line of scrimmage. The zone blocking scheme that Cable has employed the last year in Oakland, the year before that in Seattle, and the year before that in Seattle has been not a great running offensive line. And I don't see how that's going to change. Maybe it'll click in the second year, but I'm telling you this, okay? They better employ more of a regular man-on-man, beat the bastard that's in front of you scheme in my book, okay? You can use a little bit of zone, but you better be able to beat the guy in front of you, okay? And I'm hoping that will happen this year. I'm hoping that will happen.
Yeah, definitely. Who do you think is going to take on the left guard position?
Well, I think that Grady Jackson's going to move back to left guard. Denzel Good is going to be going into right guard. And they picked up Green again, who played some guard for us last year. So they picked up Devy and there's another guy I missed. Devy plays guard and center from Kansas City. We got plenty of guys to play guard between Good, Green, and Devy, and maybe even Brandon Parker if we bring in another tackle. So we have 4 guys to play guard, and that's enough, okay, as of right now. And that's even pre-draft. So, I mean, there'll be more guys coming in, more free agents, more guys after the draft. I think we'll be good. My question is, will Brandon Parker be the tackle? The answer to that is probably not, because they're going to move Colton Miller from left tackle to right. They're going to have Trent Brown playing the left tackle. Brandon Parker playing guard. That's another possibility. So, again, you got Parker, a possible, Good, Green, and Jackson. There's four guys right there. With Devy, there's 5. So 2 of those 5, whoever the best 2 are going to be in there playing guard. That's 5 guys for 2 positions. Okay. And Rodney Hudson obviously is going to be our starting center. So there you go. You got the 2 starting tackles to me right now are Brown and Miller, and Jackson is one of the guards, and Hudson is the center. So basically, whoever's left over is going to get that right guard spot. And then you figure maybe 2 of those other guys are going to be, well, Devy's going to be one of those guys because he can play center and guard. So you got maybe 1 or 2 other spots, not even saying who we're going to get in the draft. You got maybe 1 or 2 roster spots between about 5, 6, 7 guys. So we'll see what happens.
Definitely. I know it's been quite the talk around the social media with who's going to fill in at guard, and Miller going to right, and how good Trent Brown is going to be, and I'm a little concerned about that one, especially with this showing in Frisco and his regular season there in New England, and I know he had a hell of a run in the postseason, but I'm hoping he keeps Carter's blindside clean, so that way we can definitely use those new weapons that Carter got with Antonio Brown and Tyrell Williams there, because boy, that'd be some fun football to watch. So yeah.
Well, I am going to tell you this, okay? Trent Brown played a very, very good left tackle last year in New England, but there's 2 reasons why he played great in New England. The first reason is that their line coach, God, I can't remember his name. Scarnecchia. Thank you. Dante Scarnecchia. Dante Scarnecchia is probably the best offensive line coach of all of the teams, okay? That's the main reason why he played such fantastic left tackle. The second reason is, and I know that my boy Jim Tunney is probably going to get on me. And by the way, if you haven't seen the Facebook interview with NFL referee Jim Tunney, please go back and watch it. I thought it was a great interview. But the Patriots are allowed to hold with impunity. They could hold and hold and hold and hold, and they don't seem to get any flags thrown against them. That's just the way it is, okay? Jim says that the officials are unbiased, and I believe they are as a whole. I believe that the officials are unbiased, but for some reason, there is subliminal in each referee that says, okay, if he's wearing silver and black, that's a penalty, but if you're wearing the red, white, and blue in New England, it's not. And I'm just the way it is. I just think that there's some subliminal bias there. So Trent Brown was able to do a lot of things last year in New England that he's going to have to watch in Oakland, because he's not going to get the same treatment in Oakland.
Being the most penalized team in the league and so forth and so on. So
that's right.
That's a given there.
That's right.
Either way, it seems like. Yeah, I don't know. It's, like you say, it's still early. We still have draft day is another 25 days ahead of us.
Yeah.
So, I'm just waiting for preseason to hit and see what actually happens and what stars come out and who comes out swinging and hungry and wanting to play ball. And hopefully that adds up to a nice 2019 ending season in Oakland, and hopefully maybe. I'm not saying it, but, it would be nice to be in the playoffs again.
Well, anything's nicer. I think that's going to happen next year, though. I think this is going to be the final year of everybody getting on the same page, and it's kind of like getting everybody together and maybe just not quite hitting the playoffs this year. I don't care whether we make the playoffs this year or not. I just want to see some improvement, and I want to see something that when we go into Vegas in 2020 that we will say, this is the year that we win the AFC West. This is the year that we go deep into playoffs. I want to see some improvement this year in 2019 that I can go into Vegas knowing that we are going to win the West 2020, no doubt, in my mind.
Well, anything that beats them for the Chiefs and anything that shuts down that Patriots dynasty, I'm all for. I'm so tired of watching Patriots in the Super Bowl almost every year.
That's true. Hey, Chris, thanks for giving me a call, partner. And I'm going to leave this with you, Chris, but I'm going to let everybody know. If you like the show, and I appreciate you being here, everybody knows at least 2 Raider fans, at least. If you like this show, if you like the sports show, you know at least 2 or 3 people that love sports like you because you talk sports with somebody. Please tell them to go to the YouTube channel and say, hey, subscribe to the Captain Jack page. It's kind of like, the old commercial, I know 2 people and they know 2 people and so on and so on and so on. Let's start that and so on and so on and so on, starting right now, okay? But we'll see.
Definitely.
All right,
I will get the word out. I mean, be kind of hard at work considering that I work with nothing but Chiefs and Bronco fans, but I'll see what I can do.
You tell the Chiefs and the Bronco fans that they want to blow off some steam to come follow me anyway, and we'll talk about their crappy teams as well.
Definitely, for sure.
All right. Hey, thanks again, Chris. Thanks for calling in, shipmate.
Hey, no problem, Captain.
All right. That was Chris Donnett, who says don't listen to the crap about the stadium being behind schedule. He works at a construction company. The Phillies won, by the way, 5-1. I see Harper coming in off the field. That makes me feel really good. I believe the Phillies are 3-0 and winning the National League East as we speak. But remember, there's 158 games to go. Or 159. I think the Phillies have only played 3 games. But, it's March. I got a lot of positives going here. And, what else are you going to do when it hasn't even turned April? And we're here talking football. We're talking NCAA basketball. We're talking sports as a whole. It's a Sunday night. It's my birthday weekend. And we're sitting here talking sports because that's always a great thing to do. Like I said, everybody knows at least 2 or 3 people that talk sports with you. Guaranteed. If you're watching this show, you're a sports fan, and you can get other people to join in. How you doing? Hey, it's WrestleMania. Okay. I missed WrestleMania. I apologize, Jared. Jared, my big boy. I should say big boy. Jared, my boy. There you go. From Pittsburgh. No, it's late birthday, Jared. My birthday was Friday, but I didn't get a chance to celebrate until last night and today. Mayock is earning his pay. Thank Matt Marinovich for coming in. I think we need to get another defensive end in free agency. I think that we're going to get another free agent defensive end. It's going to be a rush end, and I think we're going to draft 2. Davy Crockett. Jack. Okay, Crockett. Davy Crockett. Okay, we'll see what you got there, Davy Crockett. What you got for me, Davy Crockett? Who's your teams? Jack? I'm waiting for you. Let's see it in your comments. Or call in, 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Let's hear from Mr. Crockett. If he's from Tennessee, like his name suggests, Tennessee didn't do too well in the NCAAs. I know because I got a buddy that's from Tennessee, and he was telling me that the championship runs through Tennessee. Well, Tennessee got run over, and I didn't get a chance to give him that little twist of the knife, but it was fun. Yeah, it was an okay birthday, Jared. Rays game yesterday. Lots of relaxation today, although I did some work around the house. The work on the new studio, I moved furniture around. They're coming in to put my desk together Friday. I got an interior decorator coming on Wednesday. So that much is done. So once the inspector, which should be done tomorrow, when the inspector comes in and the contractors finish a couple different things, then I'll be able to do some more moving around. A lot of this stuff in the back and a lot of the stuff that's in the hallway, move it out into the room to get it ready for the dynamic remodel. Moving some clothes out of the other room into the closet. It's a matter of movement. It's going to be like this for about a couple weeks, but I can't wait. But we'll see. Thank you for joining me, and thank you, Davey Crockett, for coming in. If you want to talk sports, the number is 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Facebook, which I was simulcasting on, it crapped out. And that's why I told people to come over to YouTube. I got a block, like a 2 or 3 hour block of basically telling people, if you're watching this on Facebook, you need to come over to YouTube because that's where the real channel is. But we'll see. Line is open, 813-699-0834. I'm waiting on a call. It's 10:30 at night. We're 15 minutes late for some glitches that the computer had. I got rid of some of the cookies and the bad, what do you call it, the old stuff. I got rid of that, so hopefully we're running well on this computer. But we'll definitely love a call. Jared, I know you usually call. See if anybody else is here. No. Yeah, I'm waiting. I always go by the old expression that if I don't hear from anybody within 15 minutes, that's them telling me that they don't want to call in, and we're going to go in from that. But that's fine. Been good, Glennon. Yeah, go. I even forgot about the quarterbacks, Glennon and Landry Jones as a backup quarterback. Obviously, one of them is going to make it. One of them is not. But both of them, Glennon and Landry Jones, we addressed the backup quarterback and said that people were saying that we didn't have a backup quarterback. Well, now we got at least one, not two, decent backup quarterbacks. So, yeah, we overpaid for Trent Brown, but I'm telling you, the reason why was it was normal money for left tackle. Doc, how you doing, Doc? Good to hear from you, partner.
Hey, how you doing there, Sidney?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing marvelous. My Virginia Cavaliers in the Final Four.
All right. Now I tell you, Tommy Beard hates the Cavaliers with a passion. So I want to make sure that Tommy Beard.
ACC. I understand that.
Yeah,
ACC. I respect that.
In case you missed it, I wanted to make sure that you knew that he could not. So I got to turn my fan off. I'm getting a bunch of when the fan goes around and I get all of the dust in the air and it makes my eye irritable. So apologize there. But hey, congratulations. The Cavaliers, the only #1 seed to survive. North Carolina got run. Duke got run. And who was that? I'm missing one. Duke, North Carolina, and who was that? Oh, Gonzaga. Gonzaga got run today. So the Cavs, way to go to the Final Four. So good on you. Now, the question is,
that Purdue game, that was one heck of a game. I got to say, I really loved that. It made my heart race. I was jumping. I was screaming. It was good.
Yeah.
I love games like that.
Well, I mean, most of the games that I've seen have been very entertaining. I mean, I got a chance to watch the Duke Michigan State game. I missed the Virginia game. I apologize, but I saw some highlights from it, and it was most of the games this entire tournament. There hasn't been a really bad blowout game that I can even think of. The games have been entertaining. They've been close. They've been, nail biters and knuckle punchers and all these other things that you could think about, that at least this year, the tournament has been more entertaining this year than the last couple of years that I can even remember.
Well, I definitely like it better than I did last year.
Well, that's because Virginia didn't even get a chance to finish the Coke that they had in their can before they got bounced in the first round, 116. Man, that was horrendous. Yeah. That was horrendous.
Well, no excuses. Baltimore City. I'm gonna tell you, they played one heck of a game. They got us out of our pace. Our Michael Hunter had broke his hand a couple days beforehand, couldn't play. They played one heck of a game. We didn't. They won. But we used that this year, every game, as kind of like motivation.
Well, it worked. You made it at least. Exactly. Now nothing's said and done yet, but at least you made it to the Final Four. And that's kind of, I tell you what, even if you don't win the tournament, when you get into the NCAAs, your goal is to at least make the Final Four. That's your ultimate goal, is to go through there. You got to win 4 games, 5 if you're in a play-in game. But obviously, if you're playing in a play-in game, you're most likely not going to make the Final Four. But your goal is to win 4 games, and once you're there, you're in the Final Four, which means obviously you just need to win 2 more, 6 games. But in order to win to get there, your goal is to be the top 4 teams coming out. And like I said, the Cavaliers have made it this year, knowing what happened last year, and they used it to their advantage. Now, who's the coach up in Virginia?
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett. I got all his albums. Different Tony Bennett. He didn't leave his heart in San Francisco. Okay. So Tony Bennett, kudos to him for what he's done this year. So congratulations there, Doc. How are you doing health-wise, by the way?
Had a setback. Had to have emergency surgery last Monday.
Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that.
In my eye, so, well, hey, there's something they could do about it. And I went to the University of Virginia Hospital, so it wasn't too bad. So I'm just glad there's stuff they can do to fix that, and I'll just have to go back and see if the pressure is back down. But if they can do so long, they can keep doing things. I feel blessed.
Okay, well, I'll keep a prayer and positive thoughts out to you there, Doc. Hopefully things will work out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And with your comments about our free agency this year, I got to say this class of free agents is heads and shoulders of what we got last year.
Oh, yeah.
Talent-wise. And I really think that our offensive line has got some depth now that we didn't have before. I didn't even know who we was, going to have a really viable center if Roddy Hudson didn't play, because Feliciano really wasn't doing that great of a job in the even though he can be a center, he wasn't doing that great of a job in the preseason.
Yeah.
Some miscues. So I think he is a big upgrade there.
Yeah, Davey, I tell you what, if you listen to Kansas City fans, they were pissed that Davey got away, because you can always tell whether you got somebody of worth picking up in free agency by going over from their boards and then looking at what their fans said. Their fans were quite pissed that they lost out on Jordan Davey. So that's a very good pickup from us. Remember, Rodney came over from Kansas City, so that's the second time we've pilfered from the Chiefs in the offensive line, and that'll all work out, hopefully, to our benefit.
Here, I'm glad that we retained them, because they played good for us in that short period of time that we got them at near the end of the season.
Yeah.
Guards.
Yep. Green was a big green, and Good wasn't great, but I thought that's a joke, obviously. But Denzel Good was probably the better of the two, and I'm glad we picked him up. And I'm happy that he's going to be in there as a possible, starting right guard. Brandon Parker maybe, but Denzel Good right now, I think it's penciled in as the right guard.
Last year we had Parker and Colton Miller. Now we got Miller and Brown, and that's an upgrade.
Yes, it is.
Parker, he not a bad guy. I know he was a rookie, but you could look at his foot placement and tell what the play was going to be.
Right. And for somebody not to address that, when you put your right foot back, it's going to be a pass, and that's a dead giveaway. And, my goodness, like I said, that just screams to me like Tom Cable, do something about that, and if he did do something about it and he's still out there doing it. Go ahead.
Well, I think Tom Cable was only supposed to be a placeholder.
Well, if he's a placeholder, then he's holding this place for a little bit longer than I want.
That's because of that is the coach, I believe, that Gruden wanted, who would have, and if I'm correct, would have been available this year, passed away last year for the Vikings.
Okay.
I think we would like to bring Tony Soprano back here. I think that was his first choice, and I think he would have been a better choice for us.
Yeah, Tony Sperano would have been a very good offensive line coach for us, and God for rest in peace for Tony. But yeah, if Tony Sperano was his choice, then great. If Bill Callahan was his choice, great. But we got to upgrade from Tom Cable. That's just the bottom line. We need an upgrade at offensive line. And I don't know who's going to be available next year, but we need somebody. Even if the Raiders' offensive line improves, I want a better offensive line coach than Tom Cable. And again, like Tom Cable as a head coach, don't like him as an offensive line coach unless he has some input and gets some development into initiating not a pure ZBS scheme where it's more of a man-on-man and take like a road grading scheme and less finesse ZBS. That's just the way it is. And if we do that, great. But if not, then somebody needs to be on the Tom Cable watch. I'll go out there and coach you. I'm an old offensive lineman. I'll do it. I'll do it for practically nothing.
Well, I think before Vegas, we'll have another line coach. That's my prediction.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm available.
Before we go to Vegas,
I'm available, and I'll bring you on staff as one of the corpsmen as well.
Yeah, I'll be a trainer. That'll be good.
Okay. What else you got for me, Doc?
Well, just that, and glad they. At least we got opening day win. It's kind of hard, like on a small town baseball team, when you ain't spending no money. Cincinnati ain't will ever really do much more if they don't start spending the bucks.
Hey, I'm sorry. Like I said, my voice over IP connection for Google Hangouts has been getting progressively bad. Who did you say for opening day? Who are you following?
Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, the Reds. Okay, I apologize. Again, did not hear any of that. I'm probably going to have to reboot Google Hangouts for some reason. I'll get rid of all of these cookies and other things. But yeah, the Reds, they need to spend some money. I think that, well, Scooter Gennett was injured from what I understand originally, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, and
we got Sonny Gray, and he looked terrible today.
Okay. Well, you definitely need some upgrades then.
Definitely need some upgrades. Better than the hockey team. My hockey team's in the dump too. So.
Who's your hockey team? Kings fan.
Los Angeles Kings fan.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Same boat.
Aren't they the worst?
Don't jump when we lose. Just keep on trucking.
Well, there you go. That true fans stick with their teams.
Yeah, well, it'll get there.
Yeah,
it always does sooner or later. It wasn't just a few years ago we won Stanley Cup. Just give us some more time. That's one thing I like about hockey. You could be up on top, then you down on bottom, be back on top again.
Yeah.
So much parity in hockey. That's why I really love that sport.
Well, Tommy reminded you that you guys got Matt Kemp and was it Rafi? Whatever friggin' Puig's first name is. But you got Puig and Matt Kemp. That's not bad. Cher, thank you for coming aboard. Got Cher from Vegas joining us. So again, Cincinnati did something. So maybe there's some hope for you yet, Doc.
I hope so. Well, I better let you go. Thanks. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a good birthday weekend.
It wasn't bad. I don't know why my Google Voice is crapping out on me. But again, thanks for calling in, Doc.
All right. You have a good night there, buddy.
You do too. And that is Doc Burdett from my stomping grounds in the Caribbean. It is 10:45. We've been on for an hour and a half. We were 15 minutes late due to some technical issues. Apologies there. I didn't want to just go on Facebook. I was determined to. And again, my Facebook, because I was simulcasting on Facebook, it stopped. And I had some glitches coming over here, but at least it had. Now, obviously, I'm getting some issues with my voice over IP with Google, but that's getting better. And again, I got some great folks here. Thanks for everybody coming aboard. When Cher comes aboard from Las Vegas, it's awesome as well. Love my wenches, love my Raiderettes. Good to see everybody here. And again, line is open. Let me back out here so you can see what the phone number is. Wow, Michael Irvin with throat clean for throat cancer. That's a bitch. So again, if you want to call in, 813-699-0834 line is open. Share if you got nothing else going on. It'd be great to hear from Darlin. And again, if somebody can tell me what's going on with Mayor, my really good friend in Pennsylvania, I'm going to check that after I get off of here. Hopefully we'll go through 11 o'clock. You know, I'd at least like to go an hour 45, but we'll see. If you got something to talk about, remember it is, you don't know jack about sports. I had David Crockett says he knows jack, but he didn't call in. But hey, at least he made a comment. So I can't say anything bad about that. Line is open, 813-699-0834. We've spoken about the NCAA tournament. We've spoken about Raider free agency, of course. We're going to get a lot of Raider thoughts here. We've spoken about Bryce Harper and the Phillies. And I'll probably be doing a Philly show pretty soon to make sure we get some more people out. But remember, I tell folks, if you like sports, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't like sports, please tell 2 people that you talk to come over, sign up for YouTube. Right now we got 180 subscribers. I want to get that over 200. And we get over 200, then we'll get over 3, then it'll be over 5, then we get to 1,000. And once we get to 1,000, then we'll get more people to blow this out. Because again, when football season is upon us, and I do my shows, the Sunday night show is going to be the Ask Captain Jack show. We're going to flip-flop Ask Captain Jack, and you don't know jack about sports, from Sunday to Thursday and Thursday to Sunday. We'll be doing that. So again, get the word out. If you enjoy the show, and I appreciate you coming aboard, then do that. Again, we've had some good calls again tonight. We had Doc Doc Burdett and Chris Donnet and Tommy Beard and Jimmy Farrell. And I don't think I forgot anybody, but those were the ones that I remember. And again, Chris Donnet says, don't worry about those reports about the Raiders being overdue or that they're going to be late. We'll see. But I have no problem about that. Line is open still. Spoken baseball, football. We even talked about the Frozen Four, but that was quick. We spoke about hockey, about the Capitals and the Islanders and the Lightning. So we've pretty much spoken about all four of the major sports. And if there's something that we're not talking about, that's where you come in, because you can have the word that the line is open. And for some reason, like I said, I'm going to have to check out what Google, I'm probably going to have to, maybe reboot it. But there's some issues with Google Hangouts. And I don't know, maybe I just have to get rid of it and bring it back on. But we'll do that next time up. Hey, thank you there, Chris. I appreciate you spreading the word. Share, like I said, share from Las Vegas. Love to see my Vegas folks. And see if there's anything else going on. Yeah, Calgary winning the West. They got their lockdown. It just showed the Braves pitcher being ejected after hitting Rhys Hoskins in the seventh. It was right after Harper hit the home run. Rhys better get used to that, because he's going to be on the BSPN. They got the Phillies manager on right now, but it's looking like, I said, we'll see if we will see whether we're going to go beyond 11 o'clock, but that's if we have a phone call in. If not, there's always Wednesday might be the next time. I'm trying to get another a guest for Wednesday. Right now, that has not been filled, but if you know Godfather Grizz, I've reached out to him. I wanted him, Greg, by the way. I wanted Greg to come on the show on the Black Shield and Galleon Wheel podcast, do a live webcast with him, talking about the very real legal battles that are going on in Oakland with the keeping the name Raiders in Oakland. Now, I have my views on that, but I don't want to express them right now. I'd rather express them in a format where I'm talking with Godfather Grizz, aka Greg, and hopefully we'll have Greg come on board. If you know the members of the 66th Street Mob, if you know Grizz, and I texted him. I haven't heard from him, but I'd love to have him on the show for Wednesday as my guest, and I will go back and hopefully get some more words on whether he can do that. Oh, they're doing a top 10 right now. So again, if you know Grizz, if you would tell him that definitely I'd like to have him on the show for Wednesday, it'd be great. Nice catch for number 9. While we're here, some hockey. And nice. Who's that? Bergeron of the Bruins? Yeah, okay. Okay, good stop, good feed, back and forth. Gets through, but feeds him again. Nice. You got to watch that. That makes you just want the Stanley Cup playoffs to go right now. And wow, nice rejection from That's a big rejector from Mississippi State. Dodgers highlight next. And a really nice grab from I believe the shortstop, unless they were playing a shift. So that was the top sixth. And some dude who is shirtless on the PGA Tour. What are you going to see? And some soccer. Yeah, Matt, I get that. I get that. And it's, I guess I need to read the comments a little more often. We do got a caller coming on. So I will see there. We got the second Doc of the night. Doc, how you doing, brother? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Doc? We got Doc number 2 on. What's going on with you?
Let me shut my iPad off so I don't make a mess of the telecast. Hang on.
Okay. Like I said, we are friends of the medical community here. So we get Doc Burdett and we get Doc Cabral. You know, so God forbid anything bad happens to me, I know that somebody would dial 911 real quick, you know, to make sure that I would be taken care of. How you doing, Doc?
Never done one over here in the desert yet. Never done one. Matter of fact, I'm close to the coast you should be, and you're on the coast that I should be.
Okay. Well, are you
about 2.5 hours from our old stomping ground in San Diego?
Nice. Where are you at now, Doc?
Yuma, Arizona.
Okay. Well,
we have a lot of fun out here.
Now, is this a permanent switch?
Yeah, I get promoted to come over here.
Okay. I tell you what, I don't know why, but my Google Voice has been crappy the last 2 days. I got to figure out why. I'll probably have to go on YouTube to figure out how to clean up all those glitches in voice over IP. But I'm glad to have you come on board the show. What's going on out there? Now let's talk sports. Now, obviously, we won't talk about your Pats because you know everybody hates.
I heard you talking about my Pats. God forbid help you.
Yeah. But who do you follow? Is that the only team you follow, or are you a Sox fan as well?
Oh, I'm a New England fan. Well, the Celtics.
Well, then you got at least one of them, the Bruins, that actually might be a dark horse candidate coming out of the East in hockey. The Celtics, I know that they might. I think that they're in the playoff rate. You know, to be honest, I don't really care about basketball playoffs until the conference finals, and whoever makes it because again, it's immaterial up to then. But because it's basketball,
into the Final Four, that would have been nice. Real well.
So what else you following there, Doc?
You right now.
You're following me?
I'm following you. I'm allowing you right now. Hey, by the way, about Tom Cable.
Okay.
I agree 100%.
Dante Scarnecchia was one of the main reasons why the Patriots have been a fantastic offensive line unit is because of the great coaching that they have. Tom Cable hasn't done crap for years.
Well, he wasn't he like 7-8 years still 1 year the line coaches?
Say that again, Doc. Garbled on voice over IP.
I'm sorry. Wasn't he one of your offensive line assistants about 6 or 7 years ago? Yeah,
he was the offensive line coach under Kiffin. When Kiffin got fired, he ascended to take the role of the head coaching role. So, you know, yeah, he was the O-line coach, and then he got booted upstairs as the head coach. And then obviously he was let go in favor of Hugh Jackson. But that's been about 10 years now. So he's been gone quite a while.
Yeah, because I know I've heard a little bit about the what the Oakland Raiders are up to, but I also recognize that Mayock is starting to act like Bill Belichick
getting lots and lots of picks, lower round picks.
Well, Mayock is the reason why I think the Raiders are going to be that much better, is because he is a guy that's going to go through, get some good picks, good players, wheel and deal. I mean, obviously the Raiders do not have a third round pick this year. They gave it up for Antonio Brown. People are saying, yeah, they do got a third round pick. They got him for Kelechi Osemele. That's next year. So that third round pick is for next year. So the Raiders are going to need to, in order to trade back one of those picks that they have, either the 3 in the first round or their second round, or they have to trade back and hopefully acquire a third round pick this year. I don't think the Raiders are going to go without a third round pick. They're going to need to do something about it.
They might want to get 2 third round picks because it's going to be a hell of a year for linemen this year.
Yeah, and hopefully they will.
Because Nebraska's got a couple of good guys that are coming out, and they always give up good offensive defensive linemen. Right,
and again, even the guys, I think it's like the tackle in Alabama. It's not Jonah Williams because he's going to go in the first round, but the other tackle that plays for the Tide, he's probably going to be there in the second round. He might drop to the third round. There are plenty of good offensive linemen that you can pick up in the second and third round, obviously with defensive linemen as well. But I think that you're going to be able to bolster your team with linemen, both offensive and defensive, in the second and third round. And like you said, getting a third round pick is imperative. Getting 2 would be better. So I think that Mayock will in fact do that. I can almost guarantee you that Mayock is going to get at least 1. Get a third round pick back, maybe get another one. But he's going to be, like you said, Belichick has always been good for trading back, acquiring picks, and he's always on a plan where there's always picks for next year and the year after that. If you continue to do this, you're always going to have picks available because he's always acquiring picks. Said, okay, I'll trade back this year for a pick in the following round and one of your picks next year. And I think hopefully that will be taking place this year because Reggie McKenzie did not do a very good job of at least wheeling and dealing. In fact, every time Reggie made a trade, the Raiders got the shitty end of it. So hopefully Mayock will be better at doing that.
I thought Reggie was more of a counter than an actual bidder because he seemed to get some good guys, but not the whole flock. That's what he missed.
Right. I mean, Reggie was good in the latter rounds, but not in the first round. I mean, the only really good draft that Reggie McKenzie had was the draft of 2014 when obviously the guys whose names shall remain nameless, but I got to say it for purposes of the show, Khalil Mack fell into his lap at pick 6, otherwise known as 50 Who, and then Derek Carr landed in the Raiders' laps with the first pick of the second round. So other than that draft, the Raiders have had pretty crappy early picks, and I'll even include the Amari Cooper pick in that because Cooper didn't really do anything for the Raiders, and the Raiders were fortunate enough that the Cowboys gave them a first rounder for Cooper, which they will be using this year. And, in that respect, it was a good trade because, again, Cooper didn't really do anything for the Raiders his first several years, and they'll be getting better. They'll be getting better with the pick that they picked up for him, which I believe was pick number 27, which was the latter pick. But we'll see on that.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to go 4th to 5th round for a quarterback at the biggest.
Right, and do you even know who the Patriots have?
Oh, what's his name? The guy, he's been there 3 or 4 times already. He was the Browns quarterback, and he was also, oh God, I can't remember his damn name.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, he's the guy he's been their backup forever. What I'm saying is that other than him, the Patriots have not had a young backup quarterback that they've kept. Now, obviously, operative word being that they kept, because they traded away Garoppolo. They traded away the other kid that played for Florida, Brissett. They traded Brissett away to the Colts. They haven't had a really good young quarterback in the making for a long time, because they traded away Matt Castle, and Matt Castle was the quarterback in the making. So the Patriots need to get a young quarterback to groom in that they're going to have as their quarterback of the future. And I tell you, with with Gronk retiring, the Patriots are most likely going to use probably their first round pick on a tight end, because they really need to replace tight end. And there's so many good tight ends in the draft this year. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Patriots do something that they rarely do, which is actually move forward in the draft to get somebody that they want at tight end, either Hawkinson or Fant from Iowa, or maybe the kid out of Alabama, Irv Smith. There's plenty of good tight ends in this draft, and I think the Patriots are going to definitely use their first-round pick for tight end this year.
I mean, it would be funny if they could trade.
Say that again, Doc. I didn't hear you, Doc. Say that again.
If they could trade with the Chiefs for Kelsey, but Andy Reid's not going to have that.
No. Kelsey's not going anywhere other than staying with Kansas City.
Yeah, there's a lot of I know there's a couple of good tight ends. One was at USC, I think, and there was another one in Alabama, I think.
Yeah, Irv Smith is the kid from Bama. USC's got a decent tight end whose name escapes me, but the top two in the tight end market for drafting are both out of Iowa. TJ Hawkinson and Fant. I can't remember what Fant's first name is, but those are going to probably be the first two tight ends off the board.
Damn it, you're pissing me off. Hey, I appreciate talking to you, Jay. Have a good night, best of Lil and family.
All right. Thank you there, Doc. Always good talking to you as well. And like you said, Doc, people talk sports. Get out, get people on here. Make sure they know how to talk to Captain Jack for sports.
All right, I will. Take care.
All right. Take care. That is the second Doc of the show. That's Doc Cabral, good friend of mine, Navy-wise. And I'm seeing all of these things about the Raider name. Here's the thing, and the point has been made several times. First off, the Davis family has trademarked the name, copyrighted the name. They own the name. So to me, it's a power play, money grub from the people that want to keep the name in Oakland. Now, they'll say, well, the Browns gave up their name, but the reason why the Browns gave up their name was because that they had to get out of their lease. And in order for them to get out of their lease, Art Modell, the owner of the Browns, said, you know what? I tell you what, let me out of the lease. I'm going to take the team out of Cleveland. You can keep the name Browns. I'm going to take the team to Baltimore, and we'll start a quote-unquote new franchise, which is why technically the Cleveland Browns finally won a Super Bowl when the Baltimore Ravens won it the first time, because most of those players, if not all of those players, were actually Cleveland Browns. Okay. So there you go. Ozzie Newsome was a GM for the Cleveland Browns, and he went out to Baltimore and was their GM. And one of the main reasons why they won a Super Bowl, they picked up, Ray Lewis. They picked up a lot of good talent, but they had the core that was the Cleveland Browns team that brought over, and the name stayed in Cleveland. But that's just the way it is. We are coming up on the 2-hour mark. I've really enjoyed everybody calling in. Thank you for calling in. The Las Vegas Raiders is copyrighted. It is. I don't foresee them losing the name, but I did want to at least have Grizz on the show. Yeah, I know, Tommy. You got a Woody as soon as I said his name. But I want to thank everybody for calling in and participating. Again, if you're watching the show and you like it, tell 2 people about it. Tell 2 people, saying, you know what, go over to Captain Jack's page, subscribe to the page, because like I said, I was simulcasting over on on Facebook, and it crapped out. It locked up and it stopped. And even though there were some glitches here, at least we're getting a good picture and good audio overall, although I'm going to have to fix my Google voice over IP. I don't know why it's glitching out, but we'll take care of that. As soon as I get off here, I'll work on that. But again, thank you for joining in. Always a pleasure talking sports. Remember, there's 3 shows. The You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. Technically, that right now it's on Sunday nights. It will be moving to Thursdays in football season. The Black Shield and Galleon Wheel podcast, which is with guests. As I get guests, I'll bring them on board. I can say that Lincoln Kennedy is going to be joining us. I asked Lincoln, and he said that he would be coming aboard. I'll get a definitive date on that and pass it to you. Other people have rogered up that said they'd like to come on board. Jeff Jagger is going to be coming on board probably the latter part of April, because the first few weeks in April he's not available. So I'll work out a time for him to come aboard. It'd be great, Jeff Jagger. Actually, I need to send him one of my Raider jerseys that has that crappy name Moss on it, and have him take it off, and then have Jeff Jagger sign it. Because again, I'd like to see. I would like to see, a good signature on that jersey. Definitely not Randy Moss, but we'll see. Get with Ike and get with that second person. So hopefully we can do that soon. So we got some good guests coming aboard. And again, the Ask Captain Jack show. And when I figure out with Big L and with Angry Trask, we'll be doing the Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast back on Wednesdays, probably flip-flopping. Do one Coast to Coast Raider Nation podcast, and then a Black Shield and Galleon Wheel podcast on Wednesdays. And if I can get some more folks aboard, we'll be doing some other things. But again, tell your friends that would greatly love to see them come on board, subscribe, come watch the show. We're talking sports. You were talking Raiders. We're talking sports. We're talking, hockey, basketball, and football, and baseball, and shoot, anything from WrestleMania. But you got to call in. So again, thank you for coming on board. We'll see you hopefully Wednesday for a show. I'll see if I can get a guest. If not, then definitely Thursday. The Ask Captain Jack show will be on Thursday. So watch on Facebook for some advertisements, but be here definitely. You know the times, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Sundays and Thursdays, and Wednesdays. If I got a guest, we'll do that as well. So again, thank you. We'll see y'all for your next show. And it's always a pleasure to talk sports with you. I'm Captain Jack. Right to the camera, so I don't have to worry about comments. Yar! Great talking with you. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, keep looking out for that next thing for us to talk about. If it's sports, talk about it with the captain. See y'all next time on the next show.